I'm going to show you how I get a flawless look with my foundation. The first thing I do is conceal the dark scarring that I have. So I use MAC's Prolong Wear Concealer. I dab it on with my finger to get more coverage. And I just put that where it's needed, just a little bit. And from there, I use a 224 brush, which is a blending brush, an eyeshadow blending brush actually, from MAC, just to blend out the edges of it so you don't see any harsh edges or anything when you put your foundation on top. It just kind of flows from there. After that, I go right into applying my foundation, which I use Revlon's ColorStay Foundation usually. There's a lot of different foundations that I like, but this is just one that I love. I've been using it for years. So I use any type of duo fiber brush and just dab it all over. And this part is like self-explanatory. You just blend it in all over your face, blend it in circular motions to make sure there's no streaks. You do want to make sure also that you get like under the chin. Some people do the neck, I don't, but I do make sure that I go like past the jawline and chin area so it can kind of fade into your skin. You don't want to have that line of demarcation at the jawline. So you just keep blending until you get it right. Once the foundation is completely blended, I take MAC's Prolong Wear Concealer with the same eyeshadow blending brush, and I apply it under my eyes just a little bit. And what that does is it kind of gives my face life. I don't necessarily apply that to get that bright under eye highlight, but no one's face is just one color all the way down. Usually we're brighter on the inside of our face. So basically that's what I'm trying to mimic. I'm just kind of waking my face up. And if you notice, by applying just a little bit under the eyes, it kind of brightens you up and just gives your face life. So I just blend that out under both eyes. One tip I would give you is to tell you to blend that concealer out to the point where you can't see where it stops and your foundation begins. That's going to make the huge difference between your makeup being decent and your makeup being good. So you want to just blend that out to the point where you can't tell where that concealer began or ended. Once my concealer is blended, I set that concealer with Ben Nye's banana powder. It's just a finely milled luxury powder that I set the concealer with. What it does is give it a more mattified and finished look. I could tell you one of the benefits of this particular powder is if you have any type of fine lines under your eyes, visible pores, or wrinkles, for some reason this powder just glides over it and smooths it out some type of way. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that about this powder, but I love it. So, just where I apply the concealer, I just set it with that powder. And I kind of apply it heavily. I blend it out later, but I like to apply that heavily and just let it sit for a second. While that banana powder is still chilling in the cut, I go ahead and get a big fluffy brush and apply the rest of my face powder. Now it's just a powder that's the color of my skin tone. And I usually use either Max Mineralized Skin Finish or Max Studio Fix powder. Depends on how much coverage I want. If I use Studio Fix powder when I want a lot of coverage, and like on pictures and stuff, it looks pretty good. On certain spots in my face where I want more coverage, I just kind of apply the powder a little bit more heavily on those spots, but only where it's needed. After that powder is applied, I simply just wipe away that banana powder that was just sitting there. So as I'm wiping it away, I also make sure that I'm blending it in so you don't just see like the banana powder and then bam, you see, a darker skin tone. You want to make sure everything is blended out and flowing seamlessly. Lastly, with my foundation routine, I enhance the contours of my face with Studio Fix powder in a darker shade. So basically you see where naturally in the hollows of my cheeks it's a little bit darker. What that does is make your cheekbones appear to be higher. So mine is already a little darker there, so I just take the same exact shape, use that as a guideline to go ahead and use a darker powder to enhance that, and it just makes my cheekbones look a little higher, and it basically completes the look. You see how after it's done it just kind of completes the whole look off. So basically I get started that way by just taking a little bit of the powder, getting the outline of it, and then I blend it out. I also take the product to the top of my forehead just to create a little bit of shadow there. Kind of minimizes my forehead a little bit. That's optional. So just blend that out. I also take it to the jawline and blend it out. And then I also do the sides of my nose and blend that out also. The key to getting a great overall end result with this last step here is just the blending. It might take a little while to blend it all the way out to the point where you're getting a natural look for it, but it's so worth it to just take that extra couple minutes and blend it out until it's seamless. You don't want to see like a thick line of a dark color, or bam, you have a chunky piece of darkness on your forehead and there's no flow to it. So just take a little bit of extra time out to just keep blending that out until you feel like it's completely diffused. So once that's all blended out, that's it with the foundation routine. So I'm going to show you a few pictures of basically how it looks when I finish my foundation. And after that, you'll see a little clip of the finished look once I put on my eyeshadow and my blush and my eyelashes at the very end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me. And if you like it, click the like button for me. Thank you so much. Bye.